Have you ever felt like there's more to life than what meets the eye? What if I told you that most of us are living in a bubble of limited awareness, completely oblivious to the higher states of being? Consciousness is not just a fluffy concept. It's the lens through which we perceive our reality, and unfortunately, many are stuck viewing life through a narrow lens that clouds their potential. Imagine waking up every day on autopilot. You go through the motions, work, eat, socialize. But are you really aware of your surroundings? Most of us spend our lives unconsciously reacting to stimuli rather than actively engaging with them. This limited awareness keeps us trapped, tangled in our routines, and unaware of the richer experiences awaiting us. What if breaking free from this confinement could elevate your entire existence? Shifting our perspective is the first step toward unlocking a more profound consciousness. When we begin to question our habitual ways of thinking, we can tap into deeper layers of awareness. This journey doesn't sound easy, but it's essential. By exploring the vast landscapes of our consciousness, we invite more joy, creativity, and clarity into our lives. It's ultimately our responsibility, and the reward. A life lived fully, fiercely present and free. Our lives are often driven by an illusion of free will. We pride ourselves on making choices, but many of those decisions are not truly ours. Instead, they stem from a primitive survival consciousness deeply ingrained in us. This survival instinct shapes our preferences, reactions, and fears, causing us to act on autopilot, unaware of the deeper motivations behind our choices. Picture this. You find yourself habitually responding to situations with anger or frustration. You might believe you're making a conscious choice, yet in reality, your emotional responses are triggered by past experiences, echoes of survival instincts kicking in. This habitual cycle can feel suffocating, trapping you in a loop of automatic reactions rather than empowering choices. It's as if the very essence of freedom is masked by these primal instincts, holding you back from true self-determination. Recognizing this illusion is the first step toward reclaiming your genuine free will. It's a challenging task, demanding self-reflection and emotional awareness. By slowing down and examining your responses, you can begin to differentiate between instinctual reactions and conscious decisions. This realization opens the door to a more empowering way of living, where you can consciously choose your path rather than be led by past patterns. Embracing this journey not only leads to personal freedom, but also cultivates a deeper understanding of your true self. Survival consciousness represents the foundational level of human existence, dominated by our basic instincts and primal needs. This level of awareness is hardwired into our psyche, ensuring our survival in a fast-paced, often threatening world. It manifests through behaviors driven by fear, aggression, and the inherent urgency to secure resources. In this state, individuals react instinctively, prioritizing safety over growth and connection, often limiting their experiences and potential. Every decision made within the framework of survival consciousness is deeply rooted in an automatic response system. Picture a gasping deer who freezes in the face of danger. Humans often mirror this instinctual behavior. When faced with stress, people revert to survival mode, allowing fear to drive their reactions. This automatic behavior is more than just a response. It becomes a way of living that can hinder personal development and emotional connection, impeding the journey toward higher consciousness. Understanding this survival consciousness is key to breaking free from its constraints. By recognizing our instinctual reactions and where they come from, we can start the process of reprogramming our responses. Engaging with this awareness allows us to move beyond mere survival into a realm of choice, creativity, and connection. Only then can we begin to navigate our lives with intention rather than instinct, paving the way for a more enriched existence. Emotional consciousness represents a critical stage in our journey, where feelings take precedence in shaping our thoughts and actions. In this state, emotions wield significant power, often dictating our responses and influencing our interactions with the world. This level is marked by a reactive nature, as past experiences and emotional wounds surface, driving behaviors that may not always align with our true intentions or desires. Consider how certain emotions can trigger immediate reactions. For instance, an uncomfortable situation may evoke feelings of anxiety or anger, leading you to react defensively rather than thoughtfully. These emotional responses are often remnants of past pain, where unresolved feelings manifest in present moments. Engaging with our emotional consciousness can feel like navigating through a storm. The waves of past experiences crash against our current reality, creating patterns that seem unbreakable and overwhelming. Acknowledging and exploring emotional consciousness is vital for personal growth. By diving deeper into our feelings, we can unearth the root causes of our emotional patterns. This process involves understanding that our emotions are not just fleeting experiences, but are deeply intertwined with our history. As we start to recognize these connections, we gain the power to respond mindfully rather than react impulsively. In doing so, we can pave the way for healthier relationships and a more balanced emotional landscape. The emotional brain often ensnares individuals in a relentless cycle of turbulence, creating a false sense of normality regarding anxiety and unmet needs. In this state, feelings of unease can feel familiar, as if they are simply part of life's fabric. However, this emotional turbulence doesn't just passively exist. It actively shapes our thoughts, decisions, and interpersonal dynamics, leading many to accept anxiety as an unavoidable part of their existence. When we find ourselves caught in these tumultuous emotional cycles, it becomes easy to misinterpret our feelings as genuine indicators of reality. For example, persistent feelings of inadequacy can distort self-perception, making it difficult to see our true worth. These turbulent waves of emotion have a powerful grip, often overshadowing moments of joy and fulfillment. This misinterpretation can lead us to believe that feeling anxious or unsatisfied is not only normal but inescapable. Breaking free from the trap of emotional turbulence requires recognizing that we have the power to question these feelings. Awareness is the first step toward freedom. By identifying and acknowledging the emotions that arise, we can begin to dissect their origins, distinguishing between authentic responses and reactions born from past conditioning. Embracing this process allows us to create healthier patterns, transforming the cycle of anxiety into a journey of self-discovery and emotional resilience. The emergence of rational consciousness marks a pivotal shift in human awareness, where reasoning and intellectual processes take precedence over sheer emotional reactions. In this stage, individuals begin to analyze their thoughts and feelings through a more objective lens. This new capability empowers them to separate their emotions from their decisions, allowing for a clearer understanding of their circumstances and experiences. As rational consciousness develops, the instinctual responses driven by emotion begin to recede, creating space for critical thinking and intellect. People start asking important questions about their beliefs and actions, fostering a sense of curiosity and exploration. They learn to weigh consequences against options, enabling them to make rational decisions that are informed rather than impulsive. This newfound clarity acts as a guiding compass, steering individuals away from chaotic emotional patterns toward more constructive outcomes. However, while rational thinking is a valuable tool, it's essential to remember that it can sometimes overshadow the emotional aspects of the human experience. Balancing rationality with emotional intelligence is crucial to achieving holistic growth. When individuals harness both their intellectual and emotional faculties, they are better equipped to navigate life's complexities. This integration leads not only to sound decision-making, but also to deeper connections, enriching personal and interpersonal relationships, and ultimately guiding them toward greater fulfillment. While rational thought provides clarity and direction, it faces inherent limitations when confronted with the deeper questions of existence. Intellectual mastery can analyze problems, create strategies, and solve equations, yet it often falls short in addressing profound issues such as suffering, purpose, and identity. These existential inquiries transcend logical reasoning, demanding a level of understanding that rational thought alone cannot satisfy. Consider how many individuals, despite their intellectual achievements, grapple with feelings of unfulfillment or anxiety about their identity. They might accumulate degrees or accolades, yet still feel lost in the grand scheme of life. This highlights the inadequacy of rational thought, which can dissect the mechanics of our world, but frequently neglects the emotional and spiritual dimensions that enrich our human experience. Real wisdom emerges not from knowing, but from understanding the interconnections between the mind, heart, and spirit. Embracing the limits of rational thought invites us to explore alternative avenues for knowledge and understanding. It encourages us to listen to our emotions, intuition, and the wisdom of our experiences. True growth comes from acknowledging that while intellect is powerful, it is the integration of reason with insight and emotional depth that leads to profound transformations. Recognizing these boundaries allows for a more holistic approach to life, where we honor both our intellect and the mysterious, often unexplainable essence of being. The emergence of heart-centered awareness marks a profound shift in consciousness, where empathy and connection with others take precedence over individualistic reasoning. In this stage, individuals begin to experience the world through the lens of compassion, recognizing the shared humanity that binds us all. This deepened sense of connection allows for a more harmonious interaction with others, moving beyond mere intellectual understanding to a more visceral experience of love and kindness. Heart-centered awareness transcends the limitations of the mind, inviting people to respond to others with an open heart rather than a detached intellect. Emotions become rich conduits for connection, bridging gaps between individuals and fostering a sense of community. In this space, acts of kindness are no longer mere obligations. They flourish as natural expressions of genuine care and understanding, amplifying the emotional richness of our interactions. It's about feeling the feelings of others and allowing those emotions to guide responses that uplift rather than divide. Cultivating heart-centered awareness requires vulnerability and a willingness to embrace our emotions fully. It challenges the preconceived notions of strength, suggesting that true strength lies in our ability to connect deeply with others. As individuals lean into this shift, they foster environments where empathy flourishes, paving the way for deeper relationships and transformative experiences. This journey underscores the idea that the heart can lead us to a more meaningful existence, enhancing not only our interpersonal connections, but also nurturing our own emotional well-being. Cosmic consciousness represents a profound state of awareness, where individuals experience a deep sense of unity and interconnectedness with all of existence. In this elevated state, the barriers of separation dissolve, allowing individuals to perceive themselves as integral parts of a larger whole. This transcendent perspective is liberating, as it frees one from the constraints of ego and personal identity, creating a profound understanding that we are all part of the same universal fabric. In cosmic consciousness, the distinctions between self and other fade away, revealing a reality where love, compassion, and oneness prevail. People often report feelings of bliss and comprehension that transcend ordinary understanding. In this state, experiences of joy and suffering are viewed not as isolated events, but as interconnected experiences that contribute to the collective human journey. The realization that we are all deeply intertwined fosters a sense of peace that resonates throughout the cosmos. Achieving cosmic consciousness is not merely an intellectual exercise. It requires an openness to transcending limiting beliefs and embracing the vastness of existence. This journey invites individuals to engage in practices such as meditation, self-reflection, and acts of kindness that help to dissolve the barriers of ego. As one aligns with this higher level of awareness, they become conduits for compassion and understanding, enriching both their own lives and the lives of others. Ultimately, cosmic consciousness serves as a reminder that unity and love are the greatest truths we can embody. Non-dual consciousness represents a transformative state where the perception of separation between self and the universe dissolves completely. In this profound awareness, individuals understand that they are not merely observers of the world, but are intrinsically linked to everything around them. This realization fosters an experience of oneness, breaking the illusions of duality that often dictate our lives and defining experiences. Within the realm of non-dual consciousness, the ego's grip fades away, allowing individuals to experience existence without the filters of judgment and personal bias. By stepping beyond the confines of separation, one begins to perceive reality not as a disconnected collection of subjects and objects, but as a seamless, flowing fabric of life. This shift in perception can lead to deep inner peace, as the individual realizes that the joys and sorrows of others resonate within their own being, creating an empathy that transcends words. Awakening to non-dual consciousness requires deep introspection, and often a willingness to confront the layers of conditioning that maintain the illusion of separateness. Practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and self-inquiry aid in this exploration, guiding individuals to experience moments of clarity and insight. As people integrate this awareness into their daily lives, they cultivate a profound understanding of existence and the interconnectedness of all beings, ultimately leading to a life rich with meaning, compassion, and authenticity. The cycle of consciousness emphasizes that achieving higher states of awareness is not a permanent destination, but rather part of an ongoing journey. Individuals may experience moments of profound insight or clarity, only to find themselves slipping back into lower states of awareness as life's complexities unfold. This cyclical nature reflects the ebb and flow of consciousness, a reminder that growth is not always linear and that fluctuations are natural in the human experience. Understanding this cycle is crucial for fostering resilience and patience within oneself. Rather than viewing setbacks as failures, recognizing them as part of the journey allows individuals to approach their experiences with compassion. Just as the tides rise and fall, so too do our states of consciousness fluctuate, influenced by our surroundings, emotions, and life events. Embracing this fluidity helps us to remain grounded and adaptable amid the challenges that arise. Ultimately, navigating the cycles of consciousness invites us to embrace all facets of our being, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Each state offers valuable lessons that contribute to our growth and understanding. By cultivating awareness of this cyclical process, we learn that true freedom lies not in the permanence of any one state, but in the ability to flow with the rhythm of life, integrating each experience into our evolving self and appreciating the profound richness of our journey. The danger of spiritual bypassing lies in the tendency to use spiritual experiences as a shield against the challenges of human existence. Many individuals mistake moments of profound spiritual insight for true enlightenment, believing that these experiences absolve them from the responsibility of confronting their emotional pain or trauma. This avoidance can create an illusion of growth, while the deeper wounds remain unaddressed and continue to influence thoughts and behaviors. Spiritual bypassing often manifests in the dismissal of real-life struggles and emotions, where individuals may rationalize away their feelings in favor of a more elevated state. For instance, one might proclaim that all is well, repeating affirmations or mantras, even when troubled by unresolved conflicts. This superficial approach not only stunts personal growth, but can also alienate individuals from genuine connections with others, as unresolved issues fester beneath a facade of tranquility. Recognizing and addressing spiritual bypassing requires courage and a commitment to authenticity. It involves engaging with the full spectrum of human experience, including suffering, vulnerability, and complexity. True spiritual growth integrates the highs and lows, acknowledging that enlightenment is not about evading life's difficulties, but embracing them. By facing our challenges head-on, we cultivate a more profound compassion for ourselves and others, transforming our spiritual practice into a genuine pathway of healing and authenticity. Integration of higher states of awareness into daily life is essential for fostering authentic growth and connection. Experiencing moments of elevated consciousness can be enlightening, but without integration, these moments can remain isolated events that fail to influence our day-to-day experiences. The challenge lies in bringing newfound insights into our regular interactions, allowing us to embody these elevated states within the fabric of our everyday lives. When we consciously incorporate higher awareness, we begin to engage with the world differently. This can mean responding to challenges with patience rather than frustration, or approaching relationships with empathy rather than judgment. Integration transforms the lessons learned in moments of clarity into guiding principles that shape not only our actions, but also the way we perceive ourselves and others within our communities. Rather than retracting into separate experiences, we weave these insights into our lives to foster deeper connections. Ultimately, the true power of higher states of awareness comes alive when we live them out through our choices, conversations, and actions. Integration is a continuous process that requires mindfulness and reflection, allowing us to remain aware of how we embody our insights. By committing to this practice, we not only enrich our own lives but also inspire those around us to seek their own growth. Integration becomes a bridge, connecting the profound realizations of higher consciousness to the richness of everyday human experience. True growth stems from a profound embrace of all layers of oneself, rather than an unattainable pursuit of a static peak. Many people fall into the trap of viewing personal development as a linear journey where they must constantly strive toward perfection. However, real growth lies in acknowledging the complexities of our being, including our strengths, weaknesses, fears, and desires. This holistic approach allows individuals to appreciate their entire experience, recognizing that every aspect contributes to their evolution. Reflection acts as a powerful tool in this process, enabling individuals to examine their thoughts, emotions, and experiences critically. When we reflect, we go beyond surface-level understanding. We dive deep into what shapes our beliefs and reactions. This introspection often reveals patterns, unresolved issues, and areas ripe for growth. By embracing these insights, we can learn from both the challenges and triumphs that make us who we are, fostering a profound sense of self-awareness and authenticity. Ultimately, growth through reflection invites us to be compassionate with ourselves throughout our journeys. It emphasizes that every step, regardless of how small or seemingly insignificant, holds valuable lessons. As we learn to appreciate our multifaceted nature, we cultivate resilience and empathy, not only for ourselves but also for others. This journey becomes less about climbing toward an ideal and more about savoring the richness of our unfolding stories, empowering us to live fully and authentically. The human journey of consciousness is characterized by a rich tapestry of ups and downs, each contributing to our growth and understanding. Every experience we encounter, from moments of joy to times of struggle, plays a crucial role in shaping our awareness. It's through navigating these varied landscapes that we deepen our connections with ourselves and others, fostering a more profound appreciation for the complexities of life. As we traverse the highs and lows, we learn that consciousness is not a destination but a continuous evolution. Each phase brings unique insights and opportunities to reflect, allowing us to expand our perspectives and embrace new layers of understanding. This dynamic process encourages us to remain open to life's lessons, nurturing a resilience that carries us through challenges and triumphs alike, while strengthening our bonds with those around us. In recognizing the fluctuating nature of consciousness, we find solace in the idea that no experience is wasted. Every fall leads to a rise, and every setback offers a lesson. Ultimately, the human journey invites us to celebrate the full spectrum of existence, appreciating the beauty in both struggle and triumph. As we honor our evolution, we cultivate a deeper sense of connection, compassion, and unity in our shared experience, enriching our lives with meaning and understanding. Embracing the journey of consciousness is an invitation to explore the vast landscapes of our inner selves and the world around us. It is a commitment to remain open, curious, and engaged with the ongoing evolution of our awareness. Each step we take on this path uncovers new dimensions of understanding, reminding us of the beauty inherent in the human experience, with all its complexities and wonders. As seekers, it is essential to appreciate that the journey is as valuable as any destination we might envision. The moments of insight, growth, challenge, and connection contribute to a rich tapestry of existence. By nurturing a sense of gratitude for these experiences, we allow ourselves to embrace the full spectrum of life. This practice fosters resilience and compassion, deepening our connections with ourselves and others. In closing, let us celebrate this journey together, igniting a passion for continuous exploration and self-discovery. As we delve deeper into our consciousness, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to the collective understanding of humanity. May we all welcome this journey with open hearts, finding joy in the process and threading beauty throughout our shared experiences.